Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. We've made it halfway through the week, almost to the weekend. Looks like we are in mourning today.
Yeah,
yes,
we do that a lot actually.
Yeah, we tend to do that. We have a really great show for you tonight. We're talking the new Gillette advertisement. It is creating quite the wave over social media. A lot of people are, boycotting Gillette because they don't like the ad. If you haven't seen it, it has replaced their slogan, the best a man can be, to best men can get, or something like that.
Yeah, is this the best? Yeah.
Opposite, sorry, yes, opposite. So it's creating quite the controversy. You and I, we both love the commercial.
Yeah.
And we thought it had a great message.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. The first time I saw it, I thought it was super powerful, and it just makes you think like what ads should do, and I don't know, I really liked it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to have that conversation here, so tune in and make sure you let us know your thoughts on our social media pages. But now we're going to go check in to see where Brett Holden is tonight.
We're talking New Year's resolutions today here at World Class Gym. I know it's 16 days into the year, but there are statistics saying that almost 60% of people finish their New Year's resolution before the end of the first month. So today we're talking about sticking with, which many people are trying with their New Year's resolution of getting healthier here at the gym. We'll have a little bit more coming up here at World Class Gym, but first let's head back into the studio where Elise has a look at your local news.
Welcome back. Well, city officials are trying to revive the Neighborhood Watch program in Lloydminster after it stopped last year. The Neighborhood Watch was forced to stop after the retirement of its main coordinators. The city is now looking for someone new to lead the program.
Ideally, what would happen, the plan was to bring on a part-time facilitator or an organizer that would do this on a part-time basis and would answer to the board.
The city hopes that by bringing back the Neighborhood Watch, it will make the police's job easier.
The RCMP can't be every place every time, so they depend a lot on having the eyes and the ears of the community. So if the community can help them out, we can prevent, a lot more of the crime that's going on.
People interested in the job can contact Councillor Fagnan, and the Neighborhood Watch has been in place for over 20 years before it ended in 2018. And a special room at Bar Colony School is helping students get through the day by doing some heavy work. Michaela Henschel explains in this week's Beyond the Classroom.
Well, the new sensory room here at Bar Colony School is helping students like Caden focus in the classroom after they have completed some of these pathways that are on the floor. You have to do them in order?
Yeah.
Nice, cool. If students are feeling overwhelmed by emotion or just need a break, they can come here to the sensory pathway room to reset by stimulating their brain and body with activity.
The idea of using this room is really proprioception, which is essentially body awareness is what it is. And by doing the heavy work that the circuit helps the students experience, that gives input into the brain.
The room is designed to have an organizing effect on the brain, helping students focus and feel an overall sense of calmness.
The kids are able to come in here and there are instructions with each sort of station, so they just know what to do and they go through the whole circuit and they can do that really independently.
Honestly, it kind of makes me happy to kind of come in here again. It helps me kind of focus more, more relaxed and
Because it's fun and it helps me not be angry.
Heavy work or a sensory diet has been recommended by occupational therapists for many students who experience behavior or other hurdles while learning. However, the room is open for all students to utilize.
We like to keep the door open, so if kids need to come in, they can. So whether they're on a break or they just need a bit of a chance to regulate themselves a little bit more.
Michaela Henschel, Primetime Local News.
Beyond the Classroom is brought to you by Lakeland College. Apply to the hairstyling program and take the lead working with clients in the on-campus salon. Lakeland College, leading learning since 1913.
Winston Churchill School took fitness to another level this week by teaching the kids parkour. Abby St. John went to Winston Churchill School to take a look at the different moves the kids were being taught.
Fitness and well-being is very important to Winston Churchill School. The school brings in different activities like yoga and gymnastics. This week, they brought in parkour instructor Eric Reinhardt to teach the kids different tricks and jumps. Principal Alina Brand brings in activities she thinks the kids will enjoy.
So we've had everything from yoga, curling. Our grade 5s are doing curling this year. We've had people come in and do some skating lessons at our rink. We're always looking for different opportunities for kids in physical activity.
Eric Reinhardt has been teaching the kids different parkour tricks and moves over the past 2 days. For 2 years, Reinhardt has been learning parkour himself and now has been teaching others as well. Reinhardt says that he enjoys teaching kids different moves.
All the kids that are about to learn, they're definitely gonna crush it. They're gonna crush it today. Everybody that's done it so far has done everything flawlessly. They've been doing an amazing job, and we've been having a lot of fun doing it.
It's the person in front of you, and you guys gotta go.
Brand was excited to bring in Eric to teach the kids something new and different while also incorporating physical education.
We always do gymnastics, so it's not too far off from that, but just having Eric, he's a young guy. He teaches here in town in the community, and lots of the kids have some connections there, and they're excited to see all the tricks he's doing.
Abby St. John, Primetime Local News.
And now we're going to take a look at your stock market prices for today.
We restore more than just property. We restore hope. When disaster strikes, call the one that can make it right. First General Services, your property restoration experts.
Taking a look at your local sports now, men's volleyball at Lakeland College continues a new heights for the program. In addition to Jose Alriano and Matt Peck breaking the school assist records and dig records, and libero Giancarlo Funes climbing to second in the league in digs.
He's just a tremendous athlete, and at the libero position, once he feels more comfortable as far as a leader, I think, again, he's going to be a conference all-star type libero for us.
After a season-high 20 digs Friday night, Funes has already shown all-star level play, but remains humble when describing his success.
I always pray for wisdom, and it's not me, it's God, I believe.
The backcourt anchor also credits his teammates for coming together when anyone struggles.
The teammates are just trying to be like supportive, even though if we made an error, it doesn't matter, we're coming back stronger.
The Rustlers are 8-2 in matches where Funes has more than 10 digs. And after playing with 8 players in the first half of the season, the Rustlers men's basketball team now faces a task of fitting 4 additions into the rotation. A key piece is Abraham Murray, who could not play last semester after transferring from Olds. The third year from Washington, D.C. moves into the starting lineup and is expected to bolster the team's inside game.
Sees me as a 17-10 type of guy, getting a double-double every game, so I have to just fulfill into my role and live up to my potential.
Watching from the bench was difficult for Murray, but he says being here for the past 4 months made the adjustment quicker than it would have been otherwise.
I got to see what everybody's game is like, so right now it's just trying to find my role while playing within the system. It felt good being back with the guys. It's better playing than watching.
Murray expects this process to take another week or so, but wants immediate improvement in one particular area.
I'm going to work more on my free throws because so far I've been in a slump from the free throw line. The last 2 games, over the weekend, I shot 3 for 13 from the free throw line. It was a bad shooting week for me, so I'm going to work on my free throws more and taking more shots, being more aggressive.
That shooting will get its next test this weekend when they host the Keyano Huskies. And now we're going to go back to Brett Holden, who's at World Class Gym today.
I'm back here with Renee, and we're going to work on some leg exercises now. What are you going to show me here?
Well, everybody that's ever worked out knows the staple of working out and training is the squat. Number 1, Never leave leg day out. This is my variation of a different squat I always use for beginners. It's called a spike squat. Kind of invented this ourselves, but it's an awesome way to do it. There's not many ways to screw up, so you're always safe. So you're gonna take your feet, plant them on obviously the pedestals, keep your body upright, and you're just gonna squat as deep as you can, and then come back up. Now, every time you come back up, you're supposed to squeeze your bum cheeks, harden them up, and then go back down again. Don't be that guy just bouncing like this. I want you to go down, nice and deep, come up, take a second, down. For this one anyways, I don't want you bouncing. I want you to, this is something where you go real heavy and go real low.
So the main kind of thing is, like you said, make sure you're not bouncing and make sure you're staying almost tight.
Yeah, yeah. Keep her tight, keep your center of gravity, and just go straight down, brother.
Okay, so up and chin up as well.
Chin up, chest up, yeah. That is a beautiful squat. Now you see, guys, you've always got to make your butt lower than your knees. You want to drop below that 90 degrees to know you're doing it properly.
Okay. And that's also kind of a misconception as well when it comes to squats too, is just making sure that it isn't at 90 always.
That's right. You want to drop below 90 always to make sure you're getting your depth.
So when it comes to just more of these kind of squat exercises, what's the main kind of focus, I guess, when it comes to these squats exercises?
All of them serve the same purpose, right? You're all using your quads, your hamstrings, your butt. The main thing is form. Don't misuse the form. Stay at the weight that you know you're doing the form properly. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You're going to hurt your back. You're gonna hurt all kinds of joints, ligaments, tendons. So just make sure you always got form on.
Perfect. We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at World Class Gym and see just how much I can actually take. But let's head back into the studio where Michaela has a look at your weather.
Oh, this is going to be very fun to watch. Thank you so much, Brett. Starting off our weather with this gorgeous shot of some frost on trees this morning. Thank you for sending that in. It is quite cold, and we are going to feel much colder into the morning hours as we hit those overnight lows and with that wind chill. So sitting at -17 right now, feels like -25 here in the border city. -17 also in Vermilion, and that's the same number as we move up the map. Most of the area here all sitting at -17. -18 for Bonnyville, also in St. Paul, -16 in Vegreville, -15 in Edmonton, -15 also up in Lac La Biche. And then as we move over into Saskatchewan, -17 right now for North Battleford. 60% chance you could see some flurry activity continue this evening and then lingering on into the morning. Going to feel like -40. Yes, -40 in the North Battleford area tomorrow morning. So bundle up. It is going to be a very cold start. -19 up in St. Walburg, also in Meadow Lake, -21 up in Isle Cross. As we move up north even further, mostly sitting at -21 up in Lalage, Buffalo Narrows, and La Ronge, sitting all there, and then we get into those -30s as we move even further out east. On Alberta side, not quite as cold, but pretty much lingering there. -22 in Fort McMurray, -14 in Slave Lake. Fort Chipewyan, again, the cold spot in Alberta, currently sitting at -29. And then as we look down south, as they've been pretty much all year so far, sitting above the average there. -8 for Medicine Hat, -6 in Calgary, -12 for Coronation. And as we move over into Saskatchewan, -14 right now in Regina and also in Estevan. As we look to our numbers tomorrow, it is going to be a very cold start, going to feel like -30 here in the border city. 30% chance we could see some flurry activity this evening, and then that could continue on again into the morning hours. -23 is our daytime high tomorrow. -24 for North Battleford, -23 up in St. Walburg. -24 tomorrow for Marwayne also, and then as we move up the map, -22 up in Bonnyville and Cold Lake, -21 as the daytime high in Lac La Biche. Looking to our numbers for tomorrow, sitting at -24 for over the lunch hour, and then that's the same number as we head home. Looking to our 7-day forecast, Friday -31 is our overnight low, and then as we move on later next week and Tuesday we start to warm up as we hit a daytime high of -6. So we just have to get through these next few days of cold temperatures. So bundle up out there as there is a risk of frostbite.
In the meantime, China says, we are going to go to Brett Holden, who is at World Class Gym.
Joined once again by Renee here at World Class Gym. Now we started with the legs. What's next for us here?
I'm going to show you everybody's favorite is chest press, right? Everybody likes to work on their chest, most popular muscle of the body. So I'm going to show you the simplest way, the easiest way for no hurt, no pain, the dumbbell chest press. I'm going to grab something small. I'm not going to grab anything to show off here.
Thank goodness.
I just want to show you how it's done. So, as usual, you're going to sit on your bench. Make sure you're sitting at the front of your bench. Too many people will end up sitting back here, and then it's unsafe. So your head's off the bench. It's the worst thing you could do. So make sure you're sitting close to this side of the bench. I always sit, when I'm starting my chest press, with my dumbbells right here. Then I lean back nicely, pop my shoulders out, and I go up. Now, you'll see a lot of people come all the way down, and then you always see them touch together. Really nothing wrong with that. It's just one step a little too far. To keep the pressure on your chest, go all the way down, but then stop it just before the top so your chest doesn't get a break. So you just keep pumping that blood into that chest. Okay? Okay. Then when you're done, if it's heavy, take your time and drop it. Too many people are trying to scram with it up like this. Really bad for your back. And you'll be like, well, why did my back hurt? I didn't do anything stupid. Well, you did. You just didn't realize it. Okay. Okay. So,
I'll step in here. So make sure we're on the end here.
Always on the end. Place
it tight to your body.
Tight to your body. Okay. So then you can use your core to lay back, right? Then out to the side. Oh. Beautiful. I'll bring them up, nice and deep, and then stop them just before you feel like you're tightened at the end. Okay. Okay.
And you really don't want to lock your elbows, correct?
Right. You don't want to.
Why is that so important?
Because every time you go up and they're locked out, that's giving your chest a break, right? Okay. So if you keep, like I said, don't touch them at the top. You just kind of keep that pumping movement, and that keeps that blood flow in there.
Right, I definitely feel that.
And we know to exhale, always on the way up, right? Okay. Make sure you hear it. That's perfect.
And what's the main importance for exhaling as well?
Exhaling, the more oxygen to the blood means more we can press. It's something like if you can get it on par, it's 10% extra strength by the extra volume of air.
Perfect. I'm going to drop these just as Renee said.
Good job, man.
We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at World Class Gym, but let's head back into the studio where Michaela and Elise will be talking about your question of the day.
Well, if you're on social media, then I'm sure you saw the new Gillette ad, and it is creating a little bit of controversy as people are saying, you know, it's kind of attacking men. We personally both liked it. I want to read a couple of the comments on our Twitter saying, if you're threatened by a razor commercial asking you to be a better man, you don't need a new shaver, you need new standards. So I don't get why people are upset about it. I think it was a great message. It's just telling you to be a good person and not stand up for behavior like that. So
yeah, I thought it was good, and I thought in the commercial it does show people stepping up and doing things in a positive way. So I don't know, I thought they did it very well.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know your thoughts on the commercial, but now we're going to turn to our pets of the day. Let's see what we have. This is Monster. Doesn't look like a monster.
No.
That was sent to us by Kimberly. Very cute. This is Kinley. Very sleepy. That's very cute. That was sent to us by Tracy. Thank you for sending that in. This is Athena. Very cute. That's cute. Thank you for sending that in, Basia. This one is Willow and Chester. Very adorable duo there. Sent to us by Destiny. And then last but certainly not least, we have Mia and her Puppuccino. Very cute. That was sent to us by Courtney. If you have a pet you would like to see here on Primetime Local News, send us a photo. Please include your pet's name, and if they are shown on the show, you'll be entered to win a $50 gift card to the Lloydminster Pet Pad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Joined now by Kia Harder, a account manager from Synergy Credit Union, and we're going to be talking a little bit about credit scores. So let's just start as general as we can. What is a credit score?
So credit scores they consist of reports sent in by Canadian financial institutions, credit card companies, even some cell phone companies are sending in your payment history now. And based off of that payment history, we get a risk rating, being your credit score. And as a financial institution, we're able to determine the risk, basically the likelihood of you repaying the loan that we're going to extend you. Credit scores generally range from about 300 to 900. Anything below 600, you probably have some work to do. You've maybe missed some payments. 600 to 720, you're doing all right, but you may not get the best rate possible for you. And then anything over 720 is really good. The two credit bureau companies that we use in Canada are TransUnion and Equifax. Most report to both, but creditors aren't required to. And based off of that payment history and all the information that they gather, we get a 3-digit score, which ends up being your credit score.
And what can affect your credit score?
So Equifax and TransUnion both have their own algorithms that they use to figure it out. Some of the more important things that are used to calculate your credit score are your payment history. On-time payments affect it very well. Missed payments can take up to 2 years to correct themselves on your bureau. The amount of debt versus the available credit to you, so your credit utilization, you want to keep that number kind of low. Don't be maxing out your credit cards. Your payment or your the amount of time that you've had that credit. So somebody with a 10-year history with a credit card that's made all their payments on time may have an 802 credit score. Somebody with a 3-month credit card has made all of their payments, may have the same score, but we'd look more at the person with the longer history because they've had it longer. And then inquiries. Anytime somebody looks at your credit, it's considered a hard hit. So don't be applying for every store card that becomes available to you. Keep your applying for new credit, keep it to a minimum. So.
Well, that kind of goes into my next question as well, is what kind of impact can it have on you checking your credit score?
So with Equifax and TransUnion, they will mail you once a year a free credit report. You'll notice when you get it that it doesn't have your credit score on it, but it has all of your trades on it, all of the things that are reporting to the bureau, which can be handy because it gives you an idea of what your payment history was like, and kind of if you have an idea of what your credit score is, it'll allow you to figure out if you're maintaining that credit score. Also is a good way to monitor for identity theft because you're able to see regularly what's reporting to your bureau. So if you time it correctly, you can do that about have a new report submitted about every 6 months. You can submit to those companies to get your actual score, but there would be an additional fee with both of those. So.
And when it comes to, we see a lot on TV, just the commercials for people sending your credit score. What kind of impact can that have on you and your credit score as well?
We don't, as a financial institution, we don't endorse those companies at all. We use strictly Equifax and TransUnion. So I would just say be careful, do your due diligence with those companies when they come up, and just make sure you've got everything's on the up and up before you actually submit anything to them.
Perfect. We'll have a little bit more coming up, speaking to Kia here just about your credit score after some more primetime local news.
Hey Lakeland, Justin Marshall from Cool 101.3 with a look at what's happening around the Lakeland and area. Well, today we're at the RJ Lalonde Arena where the Bonnyville Pontiac's office is, and 2 days from now, it's not here, but Pontiac's hosting their major fundraiser with hypnotist Wayne Lee Friday night at the Beaver River Fishing Game Building. Cocktails start at 5:30. Tickets $50. My man Rob Hunter back for another year. Why is Wayne Lee so popular, man?
Well, it's just a great show, entertaining, good family fun, and the Pontiacs get into it, and it's just a great time. And for $50, you get dinner, you get a show. It's very reasonably priced, and obviously a big important fundraiser for the hockey team.
What's your favorite thing about hypnotist Wayne Lee?
Well, he's a great guy. I mean, how could you not like Wayne? And boy, the show is just tremendous. I mean, he's got some local roots, spent a lot of time here back in the day, and has obviously gone on to some great and very impressive things. And now to have him come back to the area and put on a good show, we're looking forward to it on Friday.
How do people get tickets?
Contact Bonneville Pontiac's office, and we'll be sure to get you hooked up with tickets over the next 48 hours. And boy, we're awfully excited to once again be able to bring this back. And obviously, it's just a huge, important fundraiser for the Junior A hockey team in town.
Rob, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
If you want to find more information, facebook.com/Bonneville Pontiacs. And if you have an event you would like to feature on What's Happening, email Justin at 1013coolfm.com.